Welcome to Wines du Jour. We're having a great time here in the Summerlin area, that's northwest in Las Vegas, at Roy's Hawaiian Restaurant. We love Roy's. The Hawaiian food here, Chef Damon does such a beautiful job, and we have 3 wines tonight that we're going to feature to pair with the Hawaiian cuisine. Now, the first wine is a plum wine, made from plums, fermented or brewed, if you will, like beer, in Japan, and it's used as an aperitif. We're going to do that tonight and pair it with a little bit of poke. We love poke from Hawaii. And secondly, we have some great wine from Columbia. That would be the Columbia Valley Winery. Columbia Crest is the name of it, in the Columbia Valley in Washington State. We have 2 wines, a beautiful Merlot and a Cabernet Sauvignon. So stay tuned. When we come back, you'll find out a little bit more about great wines, good food, and how to pair them together. Thanks for joining us here on Wines du Jour. We're broadcasting tonight from Roy's Hawaiian Restaurant in Summerlin. But I want to thank you for listening to America's #1 syndicated radio, high-definition television wine show. And we're here to bring you great information about good wines and great food here at Roy's. I want you to know that we have a broadcast each and every week, and the reason for the broadcast is pretty simple. Wine is food. A meal is a meal, but with a glass of wine, it's a celebration. From casual gatherings to formal affairs, wine celebrates any event. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned and enjoy the next 60 minutes while we discover the information about taste and flavor from wine and food as well. Wines du Jour radio and television is distributed in all 50 states around the world via radio, CRN Digital Talk Radio Network, High Definition via Asian TV, satellite, AHA Radio, Global American Broadcast Network, and on 6 internet systems all around the globe. And it's available on podcast and free on iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Stryker Radio, and it's all live right here on Wines du Jour, and I'm your host, Les Kincaid. So don't touch that radio dial or that TV remote. We'll be back with fun, information, and great taste right here on Wines du Jour at Roy's Hawaiian Restaurant in Summerlin, Nevada. Before we go, though, I want to talk a little bit about the first product that we're going to have, and that is a plum wine. Now, we call it plum wine, but it's a little bit unique. First of all, I need to tell you this is made in Kobe, Japan. And if you're familiar with Japan, the main island of Kobe and the northern end is where Tokyo is located. And on the southern end, right dead center in the southern end, is a town called Kobe. And I have to tell you, I've been there. I love that town. The food there is incredible. And this is where the product that we're going to be tasting this evening, the plum wine, was actually produced. Now, plum wine is actually brewed as opposed to working the same way as wine. So it is more of a beer in many ways, or closer to a sake than it is to a straight wine. A still wine, we call it. Still wine meaning there's no bubbles in it. And so the reason I wanted to bring it up is that it takes a little bit of time to do this. The type of rice that they use to make sake is much different than the product that they use to make plum wine. Obviously, the name plum tells you the type of fruit that it's made with. But I want you to know they can make wine and do make wine in lots of places the state of Michigan in particular makes a lot of different fruit wines and herbal wines. Herbal meaning like mustard. Yeah, they make mustard wine. I know it's crazy, but it's true. They also make cherry wine. They make raspberry wine. They make blackberry, blueberry, all kinds of different fruit wines. I'm not big on that, but they have it, they like it, and there's nothing wrong with it. You know, I just think it's a little bit unique to have that sort of thing. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up and give you a heads up on plum wine that we're going to be tasting tonight with that. Then we're going to be tasting one of my favorite wines from the state of Washington that comes to us from the Columbia Valley or the Columbia River, which we'll talk about a little bit later. We've got to go to a break. I'll talk to you more about that and some information and introduce you to my friend, the manager here at Roy's Hawaiian Restaurant. Be back in just a moment.
Switch to DirecTV today and get a free upgrade to the all-new Genie, our most advanced HD DVR ever. Genie serves your entire home with just one receiver, allows you to record any 5 shows at once, and gives you up to 3 times more HD recording capacity than cable. Order now and lock in your savings for 2 years. Other packages start at just $29.99 a month. So get all your TV wishes granted. Switch to DirecTV and get your free upgrade to Genie today.